Hey everybody, good morning. Savvy Guy Worldwide Kitchens is on the road this morning. We're at Zia Amelia's house. She's been gracious enough to have us over and see how she does her world famous lasagna. The reason I'm very interested in finding how the Italians do it is because this is what I package in my sauce. The flavors, the love, the care and concern, and the great ingredients, no added sugar. So when you go to the store, you're not wasting all day long in the kitchen to prepare a great meal. We're going to do that for you here because Amelia has invited me over. She's making her homemade sauce with all these great ingredients, including fresh tomatoes from her own garden, and she's going to go through a list of the ingredients that she counts on to deliver to her family the flavors of Italy. Zia, thanks again for having us over.
Buongiorno, qui c'ho le bolle basket, lasagna, cheese a lasagna. Non li devi cucinare nell'acqua, sono già pronti. Qui c'ho la mozzarella, già preparata per sta grattugiata e tutto. Qui c'ho la ricotta. Metto la ricotta pura, deve essere di puro latte. Poi c'ho l'ingrediente che dà un sapore alla carne, alla salsa, e si chiama tones, Italian spaghetti. Qui preparo, sta tutto preparato, 3 qualità di carne, veal, pork and chicken, from ShopRite, so you find it right in meat department. Uso anche questo che è lo stesso, il maiale. Poi uso salsiccia, peri, perché già sono macinata ma non sta nel casino, è meglio. Olivo puro italiano, extra virgin olive oil, per friggere la carne, perché deve avere sapore. Poi io ho una cosa che uso io, che mi piace, chicken bouillon. Non metto molto sale, non piace molto il sale. Metto prezzemolo fresco, basilico, questi ingredienti che sono buoni, e la salsa fatta in casa, che questi sono i pomodori del giardino. Tutto sta preparato. Poi si frigge la carne, fare non troppo fritta perché deve cucinare ancora nel forno. Questi sono tutti gli ingredienti che io uso. Qui c'ho Marco e lui ti spiega meglio.
Grazie. I just want to emphasize what she was emphasizing. Whole milk ricotta, whole milk mozzarella, pure extra virgin olive oil. And this trick here, if you're not brushed up on your Italian, just the chicken bouillon instead of salt. I mean, it's fantastic. I already had a little nibble of the sauteed combo meat, as you saw, that she's got meatball mix here, ground pork, and then the Italian sausage. She's using sweet in this mix. This one's hot, but homemade, unbelievable. We're going to get to it over at the oven. We're going to taste, and then the sauce and the meat, and then we're going to assemble the lasagna.
Questa è la salsa che io preparo. Ci metto il prezzemolo fresco, il basilico, poi se questo non lo vuoi nella lasagna si toglie. Qui ci ho preparato la carne che già vi ho fatto vedere, e tutto mescolato, tutto pronto per mettere nella lasagna, e non si cucina troppo, si deve avere un po' di... Questo è il succo della carne stesso, non è che io metto l'acqua, non metto niente.
Can you grab me a little chunk of that? I want to taste it.
Sì, tutto a posto.
I'd love to dip it in the sauce, but I won't do it yet. Oh my gosh. And I'm telling you what, guys, that little hit from the chicken bouillon It's not overpowering, but you can tell there's something different from what you've been doing. It is so good. The flavor it brings.
Molto buono e ti dà più flavor, molto più saporito di mettere sale.
Right.
Allora, tu quando mangi lasagna, ti mangi lasagna,
And
proprio fatta in italiano.
we're going to be lucky if there's any of this meat left by the time we build the lasagna, because I am going to be tearing it up. But look at this sauce
The
as well.
sauce is beautiful. Sì, deve essere così. Non troppo acqua, molla e non troppo asciutta.
And the beauty is it's been on nice and slow, and now we're letting it cool.
For 2 hours very slow on a low fire. Do not cook the sauce on high fire. It burns the bottom and loses the flavor.
And what's the reason for letting it cool so long when you're making lasagna?
Perché deve riposare che prendere più sapore.
It assembles better. It doesn't.
Tastes better when it's rested.
Yes. Okay, as promised, Zia is going to start assembling the lasagna with all the goodies we mentioned earlier. And I'm going to zoom in when it's appropriate, but I'm going to let her take it over. Go ahead, Zia.
Qui c'ho la salsa preparata già. Allora io metto qui nel decantro, come si chiama in italiano, rote oppure come lo vuoi chiamare, non so. Poi si aggiunge la pasta.
And she approves of the foil pan because she's had enough bad luck with the glass shattering when you have kids in the house and grandkids. It just makes it a lot easier. Not to mention cleanup. You know what cleanup is? You empty it and throw it in the trash.
Ho messo già pronto.
But look at those sheets of the lasagna, the big square. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. I'm going to let her do a couple layers and cheese it up, and then I'm going to try a hand at it.
Poi mettiamo la carne, che già sta cotta e preparata. Quindi io delle volte uso pure le mani, no? Però oggi siccome c'è molta cosa da preparare, non voglio sporcarmi le mie mani.
Look at that meat. And again, prepped earlier in the morning, so when you have the time, can't
Poi
beat
si
homemade.
aggiunge la ricotta. Io prendo la ricotta e la metto così, non la spando con la salsa perché non tanto mi piace più fare come all'uso mio italiano, che viene più saporita.
I gotta get that apron.
Oh sì.
I don't know if I've earned it yet, but soon.
Ah, you will.
And one of my tricks I do with my lasagna, sometimes I like smearing the ricotta on the noodles first with a little egg and a little parsley, but there's so many ways to do lasagna. And cheese choices and options.
I'm doing it my own way, the old-fashioned way.
Exactly.
Come mia madre mi ha imparato.
That's why we're here.
Poi, abbastanza, sempre abbastanza. Formaggio, parmigiano.
See, this is new to me and I love it.
Poi mettiamo la mozzarella. Così. Sempre abbastanza.
Fantastic.
Ora, di nuovo, un po' di salsa, perché si deve cucinare con la salsa. Così. Questo viene proprio all'italiana, preparata dalla signora Amelia.
And what area of Italy are you from again?
Io sono dalla provincia di Benevento, Sassinoro, e nella mia terra c'è una bella chiesa che si chiama Santa Lucia, veramente meravigliosa.
And you're heading back over in a couple weeks, yeah?
Sì, 2
Excellent.
settimane.
Beautiful.
Ancora un po' di salsa, anche un po' di basilico che non fa male a nessuno. È molto molto bene. È del mio giardino. Prepariamo, questa è la seconda. Quindi
And then more ricotta.
ricotta
Oi.
di nuovo.
Beautiful.
Poi questa si scioglie con la salsa, con tutto, quando bolle si scioglie e rimane spasa.
Yeah, when you heat it up, it all just kind of blends together
Yes.
nice. And I'm going to do the next layer. Try my hand
Ci
at
sono
it.
quelli che gli piace mescolare la ricotta con la salsa, però viene troppo come un brodo. A me non tanto mi piace così. Questa quando è cucinata viene come una cheesecake.
Yes. Oh. And again, this is why we're using whole milk and not low fat, because the low fat just breaks down.
Sì,
It doesn't work well.
è veramente, non è che tu devi mettere, metti abbastanza, perché tu devi fare, se tu fai la dieta, te ne mangi di meno, però è più saporita.
All right, I'm going to let her put the next layer of pasta down, and then I'm going to ladle some sauce on.
Then you do the rest.
Look at this, she's doing top and bottom. Oh, she's mixing it up. There's a little bit of that basil and some of the, you got peppers in there too?
Yes, red pepper.
Oh. And she jars all of this stuff year round. She's got a nice little canteen downstairs.
Yep.
All right,
Passamento.
I'm gonna do another layer, and I'm gonna
Layer.
jump in.
You don't have to put it in the basil if you don't want,
No,
but I love the basil.
Oh, nice little.
It gives the flavor of the lasagna.
See. Do you use dry seasonings other than this tone stuff? I mean, you use basil fresh, parsley fresh,
Yeah.
and then the tones Italian seasoning is dry. I mean, it tastes fantastic. Look at this. I mean, might be a little heavy on the sauce here.
That's fine.
Oops.
Because the sauce has to cook the pasta.
Atta girl.
So,
I'm gonna do a little ricotta.
see.
And you're a lefty and a righty.
Don't worry about it if you're left or right. Just to do that way you
Okay.
feel like. Just spread them all over and don't worry about it.
That's how you know it isn't mass produced, when you do it the way you want to do it.
Yeah. Pero
Natural.
that's a natural, yes. When then the ricotta melts. It's like you put the cheese in the hamburger or something. It melts. So if you like that, it spreads, but it doesn't go like water.
Grab onto the mozzarella.
This is the mappina.
Sì, sì.
The paper towels are over there.
Macadoo. La mozzarella. Get a nice,
Metti, non ti preoccupare.
nice spread.
Sì. Se ce la metti ce la trovi, se non ce la metti non ce ne trovi.
Translate that for me.
Okay, if you put it in, you find them in it. If you don't put it in, it's not going to be there.
Words of wisdom.
No cheap. La carne.
No skimp.
Metti la
I'm
carne.
going to say, is this meat lasagna or vegetarian?
No, puoi farla anche vegetabile se vuoi, zucchine, con melenzane, e no, con quelle che ti piace. Io la faccio anche con in bianca, lasagna con spinaci,
Yes.
con gli asparagi, però a chi piace, non tutti piace la lasagna in bianco.
And when I say yes, that means I understood spinach.
Sì.
Yeah, this is...
Yeah, you make it, I make them with the spinach, and you know, but you have to make a different kind of sauce.
This meat crumbled up so nice.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Nice work.
Delicioso.
And Savvy Guy sauce does not have meat in it, so definitely choose your meats wisely, and we love adding Italian sausage. That's a game changer. Some people, us Midwesterners, sometimes will just use ground beef and it's too flat. It doesn't have enough flavor.
The last sheet we put it on, we're not going to put nothing else on top. There's going to be just sauce and mozzarella.
I'm going to do one more layer on this.
And that's it. That's the last one.
No more sauce on top. We're just going to
put
do
a little more sauce in
a
there.
little more sug.
Si. More sauce. You know, that's the one that cooks the pasta.
Oh my goodness.
Quando fai lasagna ci vuole sempre molto salsa, molto, you know, tutto. Se non ce ne metti, non ce ne trovi.
I gotta tell you, this is shaping up to be a masterpiece.
Okay.
Leonardo himself would be
Now,
pleased.
you put these. Take the paper out.
These are awesome. I've never bought this.
Beautiful.
I've done rana before, as I've mentioned in my... This is just like a little smaller than 8.5 by 11. We're going this way, and you're not switching it around.
I already did that way. So
Okay. So you're switching it up vertical, horizontal.
See. That's
Just get a little...
just good. That's it. Now put a mozzarella in this.
No more sauce.
No ricotta.
And no sauce.
No, sauce.
Sauce first.
See.
All right then.
That's the last.
It's the last of the sauce for this pan, but we have...
Yes.
You guys aren't going to see it, but I think we got about 3 more pans to make.
Don't worry about.
And different cooking temperatures, Amelia was telling me earlier, based on if you have a gas stove or an electric stove. When I'm doing mine, I'm usually at 370 for 40 minutes with the electric. She's got a beautiful gas stove here, and we're
This is gas stove,
400.
and that's the one that's what do you call it? Shuts up and goes on and off.
It's got the thermostat, so
yes.
it keeps track.
So it's you know, and you have to get used to the temperature. The electric stove, they cook a little bit different.
How's that look?
Very good. Now put this and that, no ricotta.
No ricotta.
No,
The mozzarella and the parmesan.
See, because the ricotta on top, you know,
Yeah.
it burns and not. But that is, it's really good.
I think I got a little parmesan on my shirt.
Make it taste good today. And she's gonna say, "Oh, you smell like a Zia Amelia cooking."
Put a little ricotta behind my ear. Oh yeah, and this is gonna cook so nice. Get a little crust on there, maybe. Oh boy. Okay.
Parmesan.
Parmesan time.
See.
Nice spread.
A me mi piace il parmigiano, è più saporito, il romano è un po' troppo forte, c'ha un sapore troppo disturboso. Like
You want to hit me in English with that?
Okay, I like the Parmesan cheese better than the Romano cheese. The Romano cheese is too strong.
Okay.
That's it.
Beautiful.
Not everybody likes it, but I do. I prefer.
And one more piece of meat for me.
And that's it. Done for this one.
Next, we're sliding in the oven. And not to beat a dead horse, but what were you saying about the, not worrying about bringing the broth over in the spoon for on top of the pasta? Because the broth helps
Helps
with the flavor, of course.
Yeah, the flavor and it broth, so you know.
And cooks the pasta, which this pasta is not rigid, obviously. It's
No, that's a egg noodles.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And I need another.
See, you got it.
Are these are scored?
Oh, you can cut them with the scissors.
You got the scissors?
See, I have.
Grazie.
You want me to cut it? I'll cut it.
Got you. Cut the finger off.
Let me put a little more ricotta over here.
Lord, I should have took your offer. A little more ricotta.
See,
And
allora, this is your ricotta.
just a little more soda, and then I'll put the ricotta and the mozzarella.
Uh-huh.
Beautiful. This is going to be epic. I may have to spend the night here.
You bring a pan home, and when you get home, you put a dish of lasagna, glass wine,
Yes, please.
some Italian music, and you're all set.
Which we were at some friends last night, and the music channel they were listening to was fantastic. It was called Martini Essentials on Apple Music,
Oh.
and the rotation was anywhere from Tony Bennett to Herb
Oh, yeah.
Alpert. And,
I love the old-fashioned music,
The
the
Burt
old,
Bacharach
music.
style.
Yeah, I like
Whoops.
the older music.
And yeah, we did not get bored with that channel. It was really.
Oh,
And of course, we had chicken parmesan last night.
more ricotta.
Mas.
Massa, sì. Metti.
Metti. Come on, Mark. That's right.
More ricotta. Bravo.
Todo bien? I went to
Bene.
Bene.
Means good. Very good.
Beautiful.
Sì. Perfetto.
So what else you got on?
Very good.
What are you planning on making during the week?
During the week, I think I'm gonna have to make zucchini parmesan. And my daughter likes zucchini parmesan, eggplant parmesan. But my son-in-law, he don't care for the vegetable parmesan. He likes a lasagna parmesan.
Yes.
So I said to him, I make a bodo, this way everybody is happy. That's all.
Now, how are you doing this?
No,
You weren't
do.
going long, right? You were just
No,
like this?
No. See, make that way, long.
Long.
That's it. Put
And
another.
then you
Then
did
you
do
cut
anything
it.
on the
Don't worry.
side? Okay,
They break. Very easy.
I didn't pick up
If
on
you
that.
want to break it
See,
this
see?
way
Beautiful.
or this way, they break.
I didn't see you sneak that move in.
Oh, don't worry. See, very easy.
I mean, come on.
Sono
Thank
perfetto.
you.
Sì,
Bowl and basket.
Non be cheap on the
No,
pasta.
no. This ain't cheap.
Don't be cheap.
Frugal.
Okay.
Sauce.
Sauce.
This darn thing.
And that's a basil, but
It's
you
like
put it on the side. That's
creature
fine.
from the Black
That's
Lagoon.
fine. That's parsley and basil. See, I don't like to chop them up, the parsley and basil, when I put in the sauce.
That way you can fish it up.
Because some people, they're not really happy with the putting the basil in the sauce and the lasagna. But it gives the flavor to the sauce. If you want to fish them out, fish them out.
We're finding out there's a lot of finicky people out there.
Oh yeah, Sissy. A lot of people, they don't like a sauce, they don't like the ricotta, they don't like,
Yep.
that's a different taste.
Now one grandson loves the sauce, right?
Yeah. My grandsons, they all love I make it for them all the time. In other words, me, just one person, what are you going to make a pan of lasagna?
See.
So when I make a big pan, and everybody eats.
Crowd pleaser.
Last week, I made two kind lasagna. The white one for my daughter-in-law, because she can't eat the sauce. She got problem with the stomach. And I made the red one for my son and my grandson. So my grandson, he calls me up and he says, Nonna, lasagna, it was so good.
Excellent.
I says, okay. So you want me to make it more? He says, not this week, next week. I said, oh, okay. We make lasagna every couple of
You
weeks.
get their orders in.
But he likes the manicotti, he likes the ravioli. So sometimes I mean the manicotti is easy to make it too. It's not that hard. You only have to roll them up with the things in here
I
and
keep forgetting the meat.
you know. It doesn't matter if you put the meat first
Yeah,
or the sauce
it all
or
melds, but
they're all together in one
for
pan.
some reason I want the cheese
Yeah.
over the meat.
That's fine.
And the ricotta, she finds her way.
Do
Fantastic.
everything and don't worry about it. It's very good, believe me. When it's cooked,
And if you were paying attention, Zia slipped the first lasagna in the oven at 400 degrees, and she's going about, what do you say, 40 minutes or 30?
about 40 minutes.
40?
Yeah. Sometime, you know what I do? I put it there for 30 minutes and I turn the oven off and I'll let it stay there another 10 minutes inside. This way the stove is off, but it's still cooking.
Mm-hmm.
And then I take them out, I put it on top of the stove and I'll let it set for another 15 minutes.
Right.
And then I start to cut it because once it's set, the ricotta doesn't, you know, move out of the dough and
Yes.
it's much very easy to cut it.
Just like when you're cooking steaks, you want them to rest a little bit,
Yeah.
absorb that juice back in,
That's it.
and not fall apart. Yeah, the lasagna can spill out on one
And
side
I
of the
made
pan.
one of those pans a couple of weeks ago for one of my neighbors over here because her grandpa passed away. And I made my pan of lasagna. Boy, the compliment that I got, everybody wants me to make them a
It's
pan
right.
of lasagna. I says, okay, I have to open up a restaurant, I guess.
We love the compliments, but
Yeah.
with that comes
I
special
know.
orders.
Yeah. That's what I say. I say, we need to get, you know, just for, if I had a restaurant.
What do you think about a little more sauce on top of this, or should I do noodle?
No, you gotta do a little more sauce.
little more
You put the Parmesan?
Yep. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oops.
Not to worry about it.
That's a little stiff today.
That's all right.
Some of the gang's down in Florida till next week, or they're coming home this week?
Oh, they're coming home Monday.
Oh, okay, great.
You know who loves lasagna? It's Rocco.
Mm.
Oh, he loves lasagna.
I think it was one of my favorites too. Mom would make it either spaghetti or lasagna on a Wednesday, and whew.
I make a spaghetti too. I made the spaghetti a couple of weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago. With meatballs, spare ribs.
Don't yell at me, but my mom was from Michigan, and she used cottage cheese
Oh,
and then mozzarella on the top. So cottage cheese in the middle, and I don't know if it wasn't runty.
some people they're still making it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how I grew up, and
Yeah, yeah.
but I love this extra
Some people they're still making it.
traditional way is fantastic. I went a long ways that time. Now I'm going this way.
Yep. Now you're going that way, and that's your last one, right?
Already? Wow.
You did it 3.
Yeah.
That's the third.
Unbelievable. This cheese,
Cheese.
Parmigiano, sauce.
If you need a ricotta. But I think that's the last one,
I gotta
right?
do a little sauce. Lo siento. How do you say sorry in Italian?
Perdon.
Pardon. So easy.
Perdon.
Pardon. Throw my little French accent in there. Last level on number 2. Just got a call from the gang down in Florida. Speak of the devil.
Uh-huh. The gang.
Oh yeah, I want to make sure we weren't starving. Look at this. Oy, oy, oy. And you serve this with the
Ma che
Parmesan.
bellezza.
You don't have to put anything on after this.
Beautiful.
Alrighty.
See,
Grazie.
today I made you into the Italian cook.
Thank you. I feel like I graduated.
See,
Okay, here it is. Final result. We're going to taste this later. But 40 minutes at 400 degrees in the gas stove, and I can't wait. We're going to let this rest, as we said, for about a half hour or more, because you don't want it spilling all over the place. Firms up a little bit, and just tastes fantastic. You can get right to eating. All right, gang. We're going to try the lasagna later, but you saw the final product, and I just wanted to give a big thanks to Zia Amelia for having us over at the house this morning. We appreciate the hard work you put into feeding your family and friends, and of course the knowledge of having your hands in the dough all these years. We really appreciate it.
it's my pleasure to having you over. Thank you for coming over. And I'll say God bless us for the all good food.
Beautiful. Arrivederci.
Arrivederci.